In the opening scene, Lily and her adoptive mother Emma check through all the items they have packed up for their donations. Lily ensures all items on the checklist are in the bag. She moves to the sitting arrangement of everyone to ensure everything is in order. And then it's time to address the elephant in the room. She reveals to Emma that everyone who will be in attendance has a date except for her. Lily wishes her mother would have a date this year at least, or maybe Santa will drop an eligible bachelor for her down their chimney. Emma chuckles lightly, seeing that her 10-year-old isn't convinced that she is enough for her. Later, the mother and daughter hang out with Brit in a cafe. Lily shares with her mother's best friend all the plans she has made for the party, seeking Brit's support on the subject of her mother's date. Brit suggests that Emma listens to her daughter. After all, it is cuffing season. Emma and Lily get lost in the new term she uses. Brit explains it's simply a season where single people look for partners to spend the holidays with, like Valentine's, Christmas, New Year's Eve, and the like. Emma shakes her head wearily. Naturally, she expects Brit to be Brit. Now her daughter is paying rapt attention to her, and Lily is even agreeing that she needs to get cuffed. She thinks they are too much to handle. Luckily, her phone begins to ring and she takes her cue to excuse herself for some minutes, hoping they will behave themselves while she is on the call with the caller from One Voice. Brit looks puzzled and Lily reveals that One Voice is an organization where they volunteer and give presents to families who are in need. She's excited it's a new Christmas tradition. As a matter of tradition, Brit reminds Lily that she needs to help her pick her date for the Christmas Eve dinner. She takes out her phone to scroll through each guy's photos while briefing Lily about them. Emma comes back to meet them, giggling and chatting heartily. She scolds Brit for discussing such matters with a 10-year-old. Her smart daughter argues she's 10 and a half also, and she's pretty smart, so it's fine. Emma insists and pulls Lily to herself, but the little girl insists her mother let go, because she doesn't want to be seen as Mummy's little girl in public. The mother and daughter leave the cafe to Worth department stores to pick up some items for the One Voice family they will be helping out this holiday. They gush over the place and all the cool stuff in the store. Emma suggests that Lily pick something from the children's section for the family's daughter, who is almost the same age as her, while she selects some coat for the mother. Lily walks around admiring the beautiful items, still trying to make a choice on what to get when a lady dressed in a Christmas costume comes to invite her to join the Christmas wish contest. All she has to do is write a Christmas wish and put it in the mailbox, and the winner gets to donate to a charity of their choice. Lily thinks it'll be an opportunity to help the Thompson family even more. She thanks the elf lady and moves close to the table to pen something down. Lily notices that all around her are families with their kids or a couple in love. She shakes her head as an idea of what to write springs up. She addresses the letter to whom it may concern and then further introduces herself. She pens down her wish for her mother to find a suitable partner. She folds the paper and puts it inside the mailbox. Right in front of her, the man who's to get the mailbox comes to pick it up. Zach turns around to take his leave, but he coincidentally bumps into Emma, causing all the clothes she's carrying to fall on the floor. They apologize to each other and he helps her pick up the clothes. He confesses that her selections are quite nice as he hands them over to her. Emma thanks him and continues on her way to meet Lily at the children's section. The mother and daughter chat a little about the wish contest. Lily refuses to reveal her wish because it's meant to be a secret, else it will not come true. Emma smiles and tells her to pick up something for the girl so they can head out. Zach shows Brady, his colleague, the box full of wishes he just collected. Brady begins to lament because they've received too many Christmas wishes from all around the country, and they may never have the time to go through all of them. He blames Zach for it because he is the one who came up with the idea when the CEO of the department requested a new Christmas tradition. Just then, Mrs. Veronica Worth walks past them, requesting they follow her. She requests to know if they have zeroed in on the winning wish, knowing it might be difficult for them to choose just one out of the hundreds of wishes. Zach interrupts Brady from spewing anything that will put them in trouble. He assures Mrs. Worth that they are working on it and they will soon pick the winning wish. She observes their body language and sternly reminds them how important it is to the future of their store and careers. At Emma's house in the evening time, she brings a hot chocolate with extra mini marshmallows and whipped cream for her daughter, who is arranging a box. She sees their first ornament together as a family. Lily wants her mother to tell her the story one more time. She gets up to sit between her legs, ready to hear Emma share how she found her in a village somewhere in China. Emma recounts she had taken the infant Lily to a souvenir shop right next to the hotel where she stayed after she adopted her. The infant stretched out her hands to pick up that particular piece of ornament, and out of admiration, the shop owner gave the ornament to them for free. Lily is excited upon hearing the story. She jumps up to hang it on the Christmas tree in front of her. Emma admires her beautiful daughter. She loves every bit of their perfect Christmas tradition. Lily, on the other hand, thinks it would be even more perfect and lovely if they had more people to share it with. Emma reminds her that she's got her uncle and aunt as well as Brit, but the little one confesses that what she means by more people is a little brother or sister or even a dad. Emma laughs and tickles Lily for refusing to let go of that subject matter. At the department store, Brady and Zach spend the evening going through the hundreds of wishes from all the boxes they've gathered. Brady complains when Zach brings out another box because it seems they are never going to be done with this activity. Lily's art in her letter catches Zach's attention. He opens it up and finds quite an interesting essay. Brady loves the idea of a boyfriend for Christmas, but then, the problem is how to get the boyfriend. On second thought, he decides they discard the idea and pick from the normal requests. Zach insists they go ahead with it as it's unique. He suggests they invite Emma for an interview and set up a website for potential suitors to write in. They brainstorm on how this potential winning wish will bring in more business to Worth stores. Brady loves Zach's ideas, and it finally looks like they are making progress. The next morning, Emma is focusing on her work as an architect while Lily plays with her toy train. Her phone starts ringing and she pays no attention to it, so Lily picks up the phone. Zach introduces himself and then requests she put her mother on the phone. Lily gasps, suspecting that she might have the winning wish. She hands the phone to Emma, who puts the phone speaker upon noticing Lily's anxiousness to listen to the conversation. Zach informs her that Lily's wish won the contest and she's being invited for an interview with the local news to share her adoption story because it looks like they have a great mother-daughter relationship. Lily and Emma jump in excitement on hearing the news, though Emma doesn't want them in the spotlight. But when Lily continues pleading, and Zach mentions the prize, she consents since the money will do a lot of good for one voice. Lily jumps up, exclaiming it's her best Christmas ever. Zach and Brady are excited that they nailed this deal. Zach informs her to prep up as their stylist will come over with some clothes for the interview. Later in the day, Emma and Britt are checking out the clothes to pick the one for the interview. Emma shares her concern over Lily's sudden desire to have a parent or sibling. She believes they are doing great together, so there's no need for that. Britt believes that opening up her heart to love doesn't mean they are not doing great. Besides, who knows how many single men will be out there watching her interview. She loves the exposure her friend is getting. She thinks about what it will do for her regardless that she already has a handful of men she's dating thanks to her dating app. But she still hasn't found the one for her. She finally spots the perfect outfit and passes it on to Emma to have a look. Later on, Zach and Brady come to visit Emma's house to oversee the interview and answer any questions she might have. Lily takes them around, showing them her artwork on display in their living room. Emma soon comes downstairs fully dressed. She and Zach remember they bumped into each other the other day at the department store. They laugh about it and he officially introduces himself and his colleague to her. She feels hesitant about the whole interview thing as she isn't used to it, being an architect. But Zach assures her he's there to ensure her comfort, or he can call it off if she wants him to. The media crew walks into the house, and their attention shifts to Lily, who's eager to interview as she asks Brady questions on how to hold her mic. Britt comes in to join them and Brady swears he has seen her on a dating site before. She notices Brady's stare and in a second, she walks over to him to make her presence known. The interview starts and Lily gets asked about her wish. She takes over the show talking about her mother and how she wants her to have the kind of happiness she sees in other families. Emma feels embarrassed about hearing Lily's wish and how the little girl is excited about finding her a man. Britt and the others see the looks on Emma's face and they can tell that Lily has completely swept her off her feet, as well as succeeded in setting her up for a partner. After the interview, Zach tries to find out how she feels about it. He's surprised to hear that she's unaware of Lily's wish. So, he assures her that they will screen all the messages from the site before it gets to her. Emma feels embarrassed and would have canceled if she had known earlier. However, she doesn't think anyone will write contrary to what Zach thinks. On getting back to work, Zach and Brady start to panic because there's no message on the site. They start lamenting because Mrs. Worth is going to chop their heads off this time. However, their complaints soon change to an exciting mood the moment Brady notices that messages are popping in rapidly. The following morning, Emma receives a call that sends her jumping off the bed and running to turn on the TV. Lily comes to join her, asking why her phone is continuously ringing. To their surprise, they are going viral. They get information from the presenter that many suitors have been sending in their applications via the website, so much that it crashed. Lily loves the information she's receiving, but then Emma feels startled. She isn't expecting such massive responses within a short time. Later, Emma paces up and down, making different faces in confusion while Lily reads out the messages sent by several men who are interested in being her boyfriend. Several calls keep coming into Emma's phone asking how the process is going. Zach calls to inform her that they would love for her and Lily to come for a photo shoot session at their store. Emma doesn't think it's necessary, besides, they've done so much already, but Lily pleads with her to do it for her. At the store, Zach walks into Brady's office after the phone call. He informs his colleague that everything is going according to plan and he has succeeded in getting Emma to come for the photo shoot. Brady reveals that their sales have increased by 5% nationwide since the interview. They debate if they should take the accolade for that or Emma and her daughter when Mrs. Worth's voice filters from the intercom on the desk. She commends their efforts and advises they take full advantage of the story for their benefit. Zach replies to prevent Brady from saying anything that may jeopardize how well things are going. After the Christmas-themed photoshoot session, Zach asks if Emma is all good. She admits that she's having so much fun and it'll be a memorable experience for herself and Lily. She gets more excited to hear that there will be another session where she will be making gingerbread with her daughter. The both of them continue chatting until Zach gets a message via the radio. He informs Emma that she's needed for the wardrobe, and Taylor, who's approaching from behind, will take her there. Lily comes to meet Zach, and immediately Emma walks away with Taylor, and she thanks him for giving them the opportunity. But she's more interested in her wish coming true. Mrs. Worth joins them and seeks Lily's opinion on getting her mom hooked up with somebody to make her wish a reality. Lily likes the idea, but she already has someone whom she thinks will be a better fit for her mother. Mrs. Worth brings out her phone to check the guy's picture. They seem to be impressed with Lily's choice for her mother. Mrs. Worth immediately texts her assistant to get in touch with Clark and have him flown to Chicago. Lily thinks the idea is a brilliant one. Later in the day, Emma hangs out with her friend. She informs Britt that Lily handpicked a candidate for her and she said yes when the store presented him to her. Britt advises her not to feel pressured even though it's fantastic. She requests to see a photo of the guy. She screams upon seeing how attractive the guy looks. Now she understands why her friend said yes. Clark arrives at the airport and Zach picks him up. Zach informs him of the photo shoot session later at the skating rink and the set of clothes provided by his store. Clark states his intention is to have his copy of whatever pictures are being taken. After all, he believes Emma might turn out to be his wife and Lily his stepdaughter. At the skating rink, Emma helps Lily put on her shoes while her daughter shares a tip from Britt to ease off her nervousness. Clark joins them and Lily whispers for her mother to act on the hint. He hands them the flowers he got for them and invites Emma to come skate with him. Lily sits back with Zach to watch how her mother's first date with Clark will go. She reveals to him that she likes Clark already because he seems nice and he got her flowers. Meanwhile, Emma tries to know more about Clark aside from being a businessman and an athlete, seeing how well he skates. Clark is careful not to divulge too much about himself because they just met. Emma gushes on seeing her girl dance on her wheels. An idea occurs to Clark, so he quickly grabs Lily to come skate with them. He calls the photographer to take some snapshots of them also, requesting for a copy to be kept for him. Emma is not used to the skating thing, so she excuses herself to have a seat while they continue having fun. She watches them skate and laughs heartily until Zach comes to sit on the bench. She shares how embarrassed she feels about skating because she hasn't engaged in any such activity since she was a kid. They chat about her gingerbread house and Emma is cool, sharing how her love for making gingerbread houses has a role to play in her decision to delve into architecture. She soon excuses herself to join Clark and her daughter, who seems to be having fun. Zach hangs out with Brady later in the evening at a pub. He notices that Zach looks so bummed and wonders why he looks so unexcited since things hit off well with Emma, Lily, and Clark. He's beginning to suspect that Zach must have caught feelings for Emma, but Zach denies it. The friends argue about it for some seconds before finally talking about Britt, and then making a toast to Santa. At Emma's, she updates her friend on how the date with Clark went and everything seems too good to be true. She thinks Zach and Lily are fast becoming friends because while she is with Clark, he spends the time with Lily skating and chatting. Britt is surprised that Zach was present at the date. However, she's happy for her best friend seeing how smitten Lily is with Clark, and then there is a second date lined up for them. She asks about Brady, which causes Emma to get a hint that her friend is taking an interest in him. The ladies laugh as they sip their drinks while chatting into the night. The following day, Emma and Lily meet up with Clark for the Snowball Target Practice Challenge. Zach joins them as a Worth representative to aid the documentation process. Clark isn't cool with it though, but he asks about the photographers because he hasn't seen anyone around. He gives his phone to Zach so he can take a snapshot of them. Clark reveals he won't be partaking in the target practice, but he'll be around to give them moral support. Lily feels saddened to hear that, so Zach decides to save the day and offers to go with her. Emma thanks him and suggests they go ahead while she has a chat with Clark. Lily and Zach seem to be having a lot of fun, and Clark observes as Emma turns her head almost every minute to watch them play. The duo soon comes back to join them, and Lily is excited she got the bullseye on the first try. Once again, Clark requests Zach to take another photo of them. This time he wants the Christmas tree to be captured as well. Zach finds it awkward, but he obliges him. Clark soon excuses himself to go attend to some work calls, and Emma invites him over to their house later in the evening. Lily is excited that he accepted, knowing this means there will be another date at their house. She drags Zach to come play with her immediately. Eventually, Clark bids them goodbye. In the evening, Emma runs helter-skelter in preparations for her Christmas bread for the gathering tonight. To her surprise, Zach shows up at her doorstep. He offers to help her out with her preparations since she's not done with it. Lily gets him an apron. Emma shares her great-grandma's recipe with him as he helps her knead the dough. Lily is excited as she watches her mom and Zach get close in the process of kneading the dough. A while later, Emma goes upstairs to freshen up after setting the bread in the oven to bake. When she comes back, Zach remembers he got a present for Lily, so he gives it to her. She is excited to see he got her penguins and thanks him wholeheartedly. She reveals that she wrote about it in her wish because penguins mate for life, and she wants her mother to find someone she will be together with for life. Emma appreciates his kind gestures as Lily gets up to hang it on their Christmas tree. The doorbell chimes and soon Clark comes in to join them. Emma welcomes him and and informs him that he's right on time. Clark brings out a present he got for her. Upon opening the cute box, Emma beholds a beautiful necklace. She thanks him for the gift, and Zach watches Clark suspiciously as he volunteers to put the necklace on her. The carolers arrive. Emma ushers them outside to where they are singing. Clark refuses to miss an opportunity to document, so he brings out his phone to take pictures of them. After the carolers are done, Zach takes Lily with him into the house to have a chit-chat. Clark remains out with Emma, and he invites her to a romantic dinner the next day. Just the two of them and no Worth representative or kids. He thinks it'll be a good chance to get to know each other better. Emma accepts the invite happily. Zach, who could hear their conversation, offers to babysit Lily when they are out for dinner. Emma confirms he's comfortable with it as she doesn't want him to feel obligated. Lily notices that Zach didn't join them, so she tries to get him to come in, but he insists he will be leaving. The next day, while Emma and Clark are at the Worth's department store, he gets the attention of the stylist as they put their hands together to fit him. Zach offers to assist Emma in picking up a few things. They get talking about their personal and love lives while Emma gushes on the cute baby onesies. She remembers when she used to purchase them for Lily. They get quite close in the course of their chat, but soon get interrupted by a notification on Zach's phone. He informs her that his attention is needed in the office, but he's going to get her Cassie, who's got really good eyes for things, so she will help with the selections. Emma thanks him once more for offering to babysit Lily. She confesses that Lily has been happy ever since he started coming around. It's evening time already and Zach is already at Emma's. He joins Lily to check out some toys she created. Emma steps out and watches them in admiration before he notices her presence. He compliments her looks as they start talking. Lily observes the change in the atmosphere and she stretches her neck to see more of what's going on when the doorbell chimes, disrupting their moment. She opens the door to see a limousine parked right outside her house. She's stunned and speechless. Zach commends Clark for pulling that one. As soon as Clark takes Emma away, he turns back into the house so they can go make some popcorn. While they are making some beaded necklaces, Zach seeks Lily's opinion about Clark, and just like him, Lily finds it weird that Clark is always taking selfies to upload on social media. She thinks that he might be a better option for her mom instead of Clark, but Zach counters her. He points out she's a child, so she won't understand. He admits his fears for not wanting to get romantically involved with the lady again after he got his heart broken twice. He's dazzled listening to Lily advising him to be brave and take risks, as though she's some mature lady. At the expensive restaurant, Clark takes Emma so he does not fail to take pictures of their food and them as usual. She finds it a bit awkward, but she pretends it's normal. She initiates the conversation while Clark is focused on his phone until he finally drops it. They get talking about family and kids. To her surprise, Clark likes the idea of a stepchild because he believes all he's expected to do is play with the child. But the responsibility is on the parent, and not him. At the house, Zach puts Lily to bed and then goes to check out Clark's page on social media. Emma walks into the house, so he quickly hides his phone so she doesn't see what he's watching. She shares with him some leftovers she brought back home while chatting about her date. Zach realizes that it's getting late, so he decides to take his leave. The tension between the both of them grows as they pull close for what seems like a kiss, but becomes an embrace. He bids her goodnight as he takes his leave. The following morning, Britt comes visiting and Emma pours out her heart concerning Clark. She feels they are opposites. He wants to take her away for a weekend just to retake a photograph he thinks is not good enough. He's so into social media, but she's not into posting her life there. This makes Britt point her attention to the man who has been making her smile by taking care of her daughter, but Emma thinks she's assuming things because Zach is just a good man. Lily, who's been eavesdropping, finally comes out because she knows Zach loves her mother. Emma is surprised, but then she's done with Britt and Lily trying to mess with her head. She informs them that she will be going on the trip with Clark and doesn't want to hear a word about it from either of them. She storms off, leaving the duo looking like they are about to scheme something. At the store, Brady comes to inform his friend that boyfriend for Christmas is trending, and they'll get to keep their jobs. Zach confesses that he has caught feelings and he suspects that Clark is just using Emma. The whole thing seems complicated and he doesn't know how to go about it. He advises him to take the risks if it's worth it, just like Lily told him to. A few hours later, Clark calls Zach to meet him at the winter carnival with the camera crew. Zach isn't interested in going on with it, but Brady reminds him they have to keep their jobs. Later, while Zach is outside, Lily comes running to him. She informs him that there's a love emergency. Her mom is about to go out for the weekend with the wrong guy and he's got to stop her. Zach looks perplexed for a moment, but he suddenly gets himself and runs after Lily to know the plan. After all, she never ceases to amaze him. It's nighttime and Emma is surprised to see Zach at the Winter Carnival Center. Zach pleads with her not to go with Clark. He reveals that he is using the contest to promote his new business venture, and he's doing all this for publicity, which makes him feel responsible for everything. To his surprise, Emma is aware of that already. Zach confesses that she deserves more than Clark, and she agrees with everything he's saying. The attraction between them starts getting stronger and they pull close for a kiss. Suddenly, Clark appears and pulls her close to himself, smiling while the camera crew gets their videos rolling. She calls off the thing going on between them. She knows that there's no real connection between them, but there's one between her and Zach. As soon as Clark leaves, she turns to give Zach the long-awaited kiss. Very early the next morning, Mrs. Worth calls to commend Zach for making the promotion even better. Zach visits Emma later in the day. He gives her the beaded necklace he made for her the night she went on a date with Clark. On opening it, Emma gushes over the beautiful necklace bearing Lily's name. He helps her put it on, causing her to smile excitedly. They are so stricken that they completely forget that Lily and Britt must be watching them. It's finally time for their Christmas Eve dinner. Brady and Lily's uncle and aunt get invited. Emma thanks them all for showing up. She also appreciates Lily for pushing her to find someone to love. Then they enjoy their meals.